Everyone, welcome to the Raw review. We've got a big main event between Becky Lynch versus Bayley in the side steel cage. A lazy Elimination Chamber qualifying booking for the United States and women's titles. I'll get into that later, but we had Brock Lesnar apparently banging Sable for hours, and then he thinks of Bobby Lashley. Let's talk about it with Edge and Cody Rhodes. Paul Heyman cutting an amazing promo. To start the show, it started with Edge and Beth Phoenix. Edge was having all kinds of fun out there, slapping Beth's ass, taking selfies with fans. It was brilliant to see, and I can't believe it's Edge's last year as a wrestler. It's going to be sad. Hopefully I see him in London, because I'll be going to that event for the Money in the Bank. Just like Cardiff I went to. Amazing. But Beth Phoenix and Edge, they started the show. This is how you should start the show, with a superstar, with a good feud. So basically, they're pissed off at what happened in October at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Judgment Day comes out. Edge pretty much says, shut up to Dominic. People hate Dominic. He is doing a really good thing, but really good work from Dominic. And it gets announced that it'll be Edge and Beth Phoenix teaming up to take on Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley at the Elimination Chamber. So this is good, actually, getting us in. They've only got 2 weeks. This Monday, which is gone now, and next week, which is the go-home show already. So, it's not my fault that WWE are, getting the pay-per-views, like that every couple of weeks, every 3 weeks now. I expect good shows then. Good booking, good things to get me excited. But this was a good start to the show. Next up is Brock Lesnar with one of the most hilarious promos I've ever heard him say. It was funny. Breaking news, Brock Lesnar apparently bangs Sable, his wife, for 4 or 5 hours a night. And then he thinks of Bobby Lashley, or Bobby who, as Brock Lesnar says. It is official. Well, it's not official. They won't be doing this at Elimination Chamber, but Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar will be happening at Elimination Chamber, but I can see the Hurt Business reform, have some shenanigans, pandemonium, as Gorilla Monsoon used to say, and it will be where the match doesn't happen. They'll drag it out to WrestleMania. Hell in a Cell. Watched my booking video a couple of days ago. This is exactly what they should do. And Brock Lesnar, he F5's Bobby Lashley, Bobby who, not once but twice. It was a really good promo, and this is like a big fight feel match. Two big guys going to fight. Love it. Next up, actually, it was my favourite, one of the best parts of the show. JBL literally burying Baron Corbin on Raw tonight. Absolutely loved it. Baron Corbin's shit. If JBL can't help you about Baron Corbin, it means you're absolute shit, right? So JBL, he leaves Baron Corbin, he can't be arsed with him. He says he's tarnishing his legacy as world champion, nearly 20 years ago, bloody hell. Anyway, but he says, you can't even clean up shit. That's what Baron Corbin is, so that was a great little thing, and fuck off Baron Corbin. Cody Rhodes did a promo tonight, and I thought it was going to be the same old shit with Cody. It's going to be about his dad, his story, AEW. I was loosely saying AEW is history and all that shite, because they ain't got anything for him before the Elimination Chamber show is finished. Before it's March to April for WrestleMania, so they had Cody. He says some words about going to WrestleMania. He might be challenging Sami Zayn, got a big pop. I was thinking, they're gonna turn on Cody soon. But then we heard, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman comes out and interrupts Cody, and just an amazing promo by these two. Absolutely amazing promo by Cody and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman was, Cody started with telling a story about Dusty and how he helped Dusty. And Paul Heyman was saying how Dusty helped and shaped the superstars of this era, such as Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Becky Lynch, Bayley, and your tribal chief, the head of the table, the best wrestler in the last 3 years, the Universal Champion and WWE Champion, Roman Reigns. And I was waiting for, that snide, twisted bastard that Paul Heyman can be. He was getting emotional though, so I was thinking, they might end it in a good note, but no. He said to Cody, to his face, in front of 10,000 people, he said, Dusty said, the last conversation they had was, Roman Reigns was the son he always wanted to Cody, and Cody went pissed. You'd seen it in his eyes. He wanted to hit Heyman, but he I don't know why he was holding back. But imagine he hit Heyman, that'd be good. But no, they are slowly getting into the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns storyline. You know, they need something good. Don't always go over Dusty, because I can't be asked listening to Dusty Rhodes. No, Dusty Rhodes is an amazing guy, don't get me wrong, but for him to be mentioned over and over and over again each and every week, for Cody just to cry, I'm not interested in that. Let's get a good story out of this. Let's get him chasing the championship. Let him go over through the bloodline with the Usos and Solo before he gets to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. There was a mention of Goldust tonight. A slight tease of Goldust. Maybe get Goldust, maybe if his AEW contract's up soon, I don't know. But yeah, really, really good emotional promo by Heyman and Cody. Right, let's get into the Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. Nobody gives a shit, right? Honestly, I was so bored of this. They could have done so much better with this. There were qualifying matches. It's just lazy booking, these qualifying matches. So it's obviously Carmella, she advanced to the chamber match. She returned tonight, so she won a match. Obviously, she had to win. She returned. It would be stupid for her not to return. And someone else won. Oh, Asuka was there. Liv, Natalia, whoop-de-fucking-do. Natalia's in there. Oscar, Raquel. Yeah, that's your lineup. And Asuka needs to win, because she's got a new character. She looks cool. She looks badass. Bianca versus Asuka at WrestleMania. Brilliant. If we're not going to do Rhea versus Asuka, if you're not going to do Rhea versus Bianca, do Bianca versus Asuka. Sorted. We did get Chelsea Green. She had a match. She lost to Asuka. I can see this character being okay. Rick Boogs versus Miz is coming next week. I do like Rick Boogs. He's entertaining, he's charismatic. The 80s wrestling character he's got. I love the 80s wrestling. Really good. The 80s WWF, the Hulk Hogan days. Really good it is. I like Rick Boogs. And Boogsing it up, as he says. And we got Montez Ford and Damian Priest in the chamber for the United States Championship, which is, the Elimination Chamber, obviously. Rick Rollins came out, he attacked Theory, the champ. And that was about it. It was just boring, really. It was lazy. You didn't really miss much. Actually, finally did it. Becky versus Bayley inside the steel cage, which we were going to do at Raw 30. It was a decent main event. It was quite hard hitting, but more importantly, as Damage Control was trying to attack, help Bayley out, we have Lita. Lita comes out. This is exactly what I said the last week when I did my how WWE should book WrestleMania. This is how they should do it. Bayley, and Damage Control. Let's do a rematch or something at Elimination Chamber where it's like a beatdown on Lita and Becky Lynch. So then in Canada you have Trish Stratus come back, and we get at WrestleMania 6-woman tag team Damage Control versus Trish, Lita and Becky Lynch. That's what you should do instead of doing a singles match or getting Bayley, Becky in the world title picture. Get Damage Control versus Becky Lynch, Lita and Trish Stratus. And Trish Stratus returning in Canada. That pop will be incredible. And I really want to see Lita and Trish reunite at WrestleMania. This is exactly what WWE should do. And if I get it right, I'll be happy. But, there's now a possibility that Lita will be wrestling at WrestleMania with Trish Stratus returning and wrestling. So that's really good. And overall, tonight's Raw, I thought tonight's Raw, it had good promos. That's why it did catapult us into WrestleMania, into Elimination Chamber and a bit of WrestleMania with Cody and Paul Heyman. That promo was amazing. It really, really was. And Brock Lesnar being hilarious. We are getting some good stuff coming on Raw, finally. There was some decent stuff on Raw. But the qualifying matches and the matches itself wasn't that entertaining. Yeah, so, there's my review. Tell me your thoughts of Raw tonight and subscribe to the channel. See you later.